What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Dry Storage Confessionals. I'm your host, Maggie, and this is my husband, Mathin. Familiar face. Some of you have probably seen him before. Hopefully, we've got repeat watchers, We're just chilling this evening and having ourselves a hot toddy. It's the season. It's fucking cold.
It's very cold. No.
And yeah. And yet again, another week of me saying, oh my gosh, how is it already Tuesday? We're just going to record at home because I didn't set anything up, but that's okay. This should be fun. We're going to do a couple games. We'll start off with some shot or spill, like a true or false bar version. Some never have I ever. And then our server, restaurant, hospitality, industry betrayal list. A lot of discourse in between.
So we're doing true or false first.
Yeah.
A shot.
Yeah. If we don't want to answer, we take a sip.
Okay.
I guess if we want to plead the fifth, we'll
I
just
got
play
you.
it that way. All right, true or false? The kitchen secretly hates front of house staff.
I feel like it depends where you work. Because, like, some restaurants, the back of house loves the front of house and, like, takes good care of them. And then some places I've gone to, the back of house, like, royally despises the front of house and tries to fuck them over any chance they get.
Yeah. What do you think is the difference?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with management or like overall morale on a team. And maybe because a lot of times I feel like the workers will follow the management's lead. So like if you have a kitchen manager who hates the front of house, like
Had like a bad pass.
your cooks are gonna hate the front of house
Yeah.
because they're under him, and so I think it has a lot to do with that.
Probably so.
I think majority of the time the back at least like tolerates the front and vice versa. Because I mean, you got to work with those people every day. So what are you gonna do? Just hate them every day,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, of course, everyone's gonna have like their one or two people that they just don't mesh with. But overall, I think the back doesn't hate the front of house, generally speaking.
I think I agree with you. It's definitely got to be like a trauma or a bad past with if the owner or I guess the manager, not the owner.
It could be the owner.
It could be the owner, I guess.
That would have a big sway.
That would definitely,
even more so.
but that would be worse, and I hope that that's not like a common thing. But
Yeah, I'm sure it's out there. There's owners that hate their own front of house staff, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I don't know, I haven't really experienced it. So I'm like, what is it? What would it typically be? Because they're just saying that like the workload is different, or what was it in your case?
I tell you what, at a place I used to work at, Acre in downtown Auburn, there was a lot of times because it's a very nice restaurant, and so the front of house staff makes good money. I mean, like a server could walk out of there on a Sunday with $350 in their pocket easily. I mean, it was like every weekend, and so sometimes I would hear like other kitchen staff kind of like griping about how hard they worked and how much money they go home with versus like a server who does less labor intensive work but more social and like people skill work um and keeping up with stuff in their head and like more mind. Well, and that goes along with the kitchen too, because you got to keep up with orders and stuff like that. But um yeah, definitely like griping from the back of house hourly workers versus like how much some front of house can make on a tip.
That's definitely probably a big portion of it.
But I mean, I was never like that. I knew, and I never really felt like that because that's the thing too, is like if you're gonna get into back of house work, you've got to understand that you are not gonna make money until you are at the top. And even at the top, like as a manager or a head chef or even like a sous chef, the money's not like great. The only way that you make six figures as a chef is owning your own damn restaurant. And so you just have to like know that going into it. If cooking is your passion and you love cooking and you want to be in the kitchen, then you're gonna have to struggle. Not, I mean, you can still be smart with your money, but it's not gonna be as easy financially going that career path, compared to like a bartender or server who can make like career money
Mhm.
in a restaurant.
Well, that's definitely a valid point, and I think that that probably takes the cake. But now thinking back on it, I would say that possibly at the pub it is the other way around. Like it's if there would be a divide, it would be like the front of house kind of hating on the back of house. Maybe like
At the pub?
yeah, I don't know.
I
Like for example, some of the workers in the back that don't have to do the same responsibilities or like the alternative perspective of like they're getting paid the same amount when we're dead or that other kind of flip thing.
but
I could see that maybe that I heard more of that at the pub than anything.
I do get that.
Griping towards
I do get that. But I mean, if we're talking, yes, as a server, you're always gonna have like dead days or busy days or whatever. But even with like slow days as a server, they're gonna come out with more money at the end of the week than the people in the back.
mm,
Because the weekend rolls around, you're gonna walk out with 150 to
who do you think works harder?
physically the back.
Really?
Physically.
Hmm.
I mean, you're sweating, it's hot, and you're lifting big, heavy pots of soup or potatoes and
Yeah.
mashing them by hand in the pub's case, and um, stuff like that. And then, it's washing dishes and carrying
About
on
scooping
things.
ice and taking trays with like 7 plates on it up and down stairs across that big ass dining.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going up and down stairs all night, like as a food runner on a weekend or something, that's a lot of work physically, but in general, I think
I would think that it would be more mental and that front of house would have more of the
it's
physical.
it's both, but I feel like the front has more of the mental battle because not only do they have to like keep up with people's orders and tables and seat numbers and refills and this, that, and the third, they
I think all
also
that's easy. I'm just intimidated by the line.
there ain't nothing to it. I mean, there is something to it, but hell, Felicia got back there.
I mean, I love Expo,
That's different though.
but it's different, right?
Yeah, I love Expo.
Okay, Felicia.
That's my like. I think working the window was always about my favorite thing. That inside expo or outside expo was my favorite. And then having a good strong grill guy, that would make for a pretty easy, smooth night.
Yeah. All right. Servers intentionally mess up orders if a guest is rude. True or false?
No, I mean, yes, I'm sure it's happened and does happen sometimes, but
I've never done it because I don't really think that that would like
you're gonna
gain me anything.
you're
Like
gonna
it
mess up
makes
your
me
tip.
look bad at the end of the day.
You're gonna mess up your tip, and also, you do that enough, then people like start to catch on to that kind of thing, and like people leave reviews on you, and
Mm-hmm.
then you end up screwing yourself over. So a smart uh, person with a decent head on their shoulders would not do that now.
Have you ever messed up anything intentionally?
No, not like an order.
Yeah. Bartenders flirt for tips, not fun. Well, definitely true.
Yes, and sometimes both.
For fun.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah. You're sure? Like you weren't a bartender?
Yeah, but I didn't like talking to people behind the bar.
So
So
you
like,
didn't do it for fun. You were doing it for tips.
but I didn't really. I just like making the drinks. I didn't like talking to the bar patrons. Like I was bad at that. Like I would guests would try to talk to me and I would find any excuse to like get away.
Find something to do.
Yes, or like I hear the a ticket print or something. I'm like, "Oh, I'll be right back, sir. I got to go make these drinks real quick." And then I just would try not to come back because I'm not the bartender that is gonna like, it's not gonna be a therapy session. I'm not good at listening to people just like complain or like the typical bartender like stereotype. They're like a therapist behind the bar.
And yeah, underpaid therapists.
But I'm not that, and I think that ultimately is why I stopped bartending because I mean the money was great and I believe I was pretty good at making the drinks and making them the correct way, but no, just not for me.
Large parties are always a headache for staff, not a bonus.
No,
I
that is a
yeah, I
common misconception.
disagree. Yeah.
A lot of people in the industry definitely feel that way, but they are so wrong
They're
for that
wrong. I
because it's
completely agree with you.
easy.
Yeah.
Like we
It's
know
very easy.
it's cake. I mean,
Some
you
people will get so fucking
worked up,
like,
overwhelmed. It's
yes.
like, no, this is easy. If you're put onto a party, 9 times out of 10, like that's your focus
Hmm.
the whole time they're there. So like in my case, I would set up the catering dishes just like you have, and I would have prepped the food like an hour before they get there. Just make sure everything stays hot in a hot box and don't cook it too early to where it's gonna like dry out. And then like after they get there, you just throw their food out when they're ready to eat and replenish it when they eat it. And that's it. You just break it down when they're done and you're done. It's so easy. I used to love working big parties.
Well, even for like casual large parties, just like a 12 top or something, like some people get so overwhelmed for that. But like your section, as far as I'm concerned in my history, your section can only be so big. So I mean,
At the most,
and your kitchen cap can only be so big. So whether you have four tops
yeah, I mean,
or a 16 top, like it's all the same.
if you have a 16 top, that's half the open menu count in the restaurant right
Yeah.
there. So, well, in the pub's case at least. Um, so it's like, yeah, you got to put in 16 orders of food and drinks and whatnot, but then
Pretty
you're
much be doing that anyways.
just chilling. You're
Yeah.
hanging out. After you get all the stuff in, takes a minute because it's a lot of people. Then you just walk it out, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like every other table.
And I do feel like another misconception with that too, though, is that it usually means a bigger tip, and that's also not true. I mean, the percentage
Yeah.
is like again gonna be the same whether it's four tops or 116 top. Like it's still gonna be that 20%. You just got to push for a bigger total. That's what makes your
Yeah. So you got to
you know
sell,
yeah.
and then
That's what makes the difference, not the amount. And another misconception too is like tipping can get misconstrued. Like sometimes I've had people assume that the head of the table is going to cover a lot of the tip. And so then, or they think that we're going to get a better tip because there's so many of them. But if all of y'all are only tipping $2 to $4, like you just got stiffed.
right. Yeah. And I think the only bad part about the big parties, which is something you mentioned in another episode, is having to split checks.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, at the end of the day, if you haven't, like, really kept up with your seat numbers, or even if you have, sometimes people move around and, the orientation of the table changes, and that can be confusing with bigger parties because you're just like, Jesus, who got the appetizer? There was like four people talking about it, and then it was, okay, well, who wanted the dessert, or did he have two whatever.
Well, and there was a lot of discourse on some of the TikToks that I posted like from that discussion.
Yeah, but it's obvious those people have never had to or tried to split checks or whatever. And like for a veteran server, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's just what, they're used to. But for someone learning how to serve and or bartend or whatever, it can be that's like probably one of the most challenging things to get used to as a new server. It's just like splitting large parties.
Mm-hmm. I feel like some of the people's advice was just start from scratch no matter what, doing everybody individually, and then you can conjoin at the end. So I would 100% suggest to do that. Like don't ever assume that it's all going to be on one, just assume that everyone's going to be separate, and then your easiest thing is to combine if that's your lucky case. And your unlucky case would be having to split everything upon your assumption that it's all going to be on one check. So The only caveat to that, though, is when people do switch and play musical chairs, which is what the clip was actually about, is people play musical chairs, and it doesn't matter if you've already split them individually. You don't really have a description box in your checks. You know what
Right,
I'm
right.
saying? So they get up and switch around. It doesn't matter.
And you've met all these people for the first time, like, you don't know them, you don't know what they look like, you don't know their names and all this stuff, so yeah, that can definitely be tough, but
Boy, I remember like when we switched over to toast or upserve and we could split appetizers and desserts.
yeah.
That was crazy. And that's just so
Very
funny
nice.
looking back on. Like,
And underutilized too. So many people, probably still to this day, uh, at the pub don't know how to split like single items or whatever. And man, yeah, that was a huge help.
it would,
The
yeah, it would save money.
upserve is like incredibly user friendly. That was such an easy POS to learn on because that old one was a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a dinosaur.
It is funny now, though, because it's kind of a normal thing to just easily tell someone, like, just Venmo each other.
Yeah.
So, although now we have the tech to be able to split it, it doesn't even fucking matter. You gonna read a couple?
Yeah, let's see. True or false? Guests think substitution should be free and instantaneous. True that.
I think it's 50-50. Not 50-50 true or...
Well,
Yeah, I guess 50-50 true or false.
I don't think that, me personally, like, if it was my restaurant, I wouldn't charge unless, like, it was a very high value, food item or something like crab or lobster or like I don't know, just something that obviously costs a lot more money, then I would put an upcharge on it. But if it's like you're trying to switch out mashed potatoes for broccoli, I wouldn't personally charge like a patron for that if it was my restaurant. But I also understand that, I mean, a restaurant's business, so they got to make money, and every step along the way is going to complicate an order. So I get it, but I wouldn't personally choose to upcharge a whole lot of stuff.
I really like it when they just do kind of like price brackets, like plus $2 or these, or like a, kind of like a tier system. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bottom line is like you just can't have the ignorance to think that all food costs the same. I mean, that's all it boils down to. But I think that it should be fine to do substitutions as long as they're okay with like paying for it. Like, I'll cook you whatever the fuck I got in the damn back if you want to pay for it. Money talks. And I mean, I think that's...
We were like the at Acre, the owner David was very, very firm about if we have it, if we can do it, we're gonna do it for the customer. So if they ask for it, and like, do not say no just because it's more work. Like,
I have to
no,
charge you for it.
work your ass on it.
Nothing about that.
Yeah, 100%. They're gonna charge over there for sure.
Right,
But
for sure. They're gonna get their coin.
but the customer is gonna get exactly what they want, what they ask for, if possible. So I like that mentality.
I do too.
Because then also it works for the front of house too. That
Yeah.
if they have some like crazy request and they get it, it's gonna affect your tip positively as a server. So,
but I do think that there is another 50% of people that
expect
that,
just
yeah.
No, and I've personally had like most people I feel like that ask for something maybe a little ridiculous are like, oh, I don't care, I'll pay for it. I just, can I just have like 2 whole ramekins of horseradish?
Yep, and that's fine.
So yeah, I think 50-50 on that one for sure. Let's see what else we got. True or false? Managers are just standing around doing nothing most of the time. True in some cases, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's hard, obviously. I think it's hard to manage if you don't know how to just like dive in, I guess.
There's definitely 2 types.
I think it can be overwhelming for some people, and that's, I guess, giving them the benefit of the doubt that they don't know where to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
And you see everyone has a role. And on the outside, it's like, okay, this is running fine. I just need to like walk around.
Yeah.
But that's not, I mean, to me, everything's not fine until I've gone around and I've asked everyone, what can I do for you? And then by the time I'm done with that, it's like time to restart on the person that I asked first again. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, there's two types of managers for sure. Or there's probably more than two types, but there's definitely a type of manager that uh, thinks their job is more of an oversight and a delegation, which it is. Like managing, you have to be good at delegating, but um, like I was always more of like a hands-on manager.
What
Like,
can I do for you?
yeah, or just like put your hands on something. Like if I'm just so I didn't just like standing there because I felt like just wanted like a lazy like
Yeah.
I can go do this. I'm gonna go sit in the office. Um, but that can also kind of go against you too. Like if you jump in too much, then
Right.
people get lazy and they just expect you to do everything, which is something that I think I ran into while I was a manager as well. So delegate, but keep your hands busy, I guess, would be like the best thing to do.
And I guess just following through as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you tell them something's to be done, you don't need to go back behind them and
And do
do
it.
it.
Yeah. Which is something that I would have done in the past, just to like have it done and be
Right.
able to clear my conscience. I'd be like, oh fuck it, I'll just do it
Mm-hmm.
since you can't do it. And then yeah, it's a learned
Then they learn that.
a learned trait or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. All right.
True or false? Open kitchens are chaotic because chefs are always yelling. Um, I think that comes from like just the whole kitchen nightmare. Or, what do you call it?
It's Gordon Ramsay.
Hell's Kitchen
Yeah,
like
kitchen.
deal, and you're definitely gonna hear chefs yell and stuff at times, but it's not like the customer is not gonna walk up to the open kitchen and get cussed out like on that show. That's just like Gordon Ramsay's uh, mo. Like that's just what he does. So I think a lot of people that have never worked in a restaurant just expect it to be like that because the best chef in the world is doing that on live TV or on his TV show. But no, in fact, an open kitchen is usually a pretty damn quiet fit.
Agree. And I would like to have someone on that has really like spent time in both and talk about the differences of like their relationship of each staff member with each other.
I have. I mean, our Baumhauer's and Piazza were open.
Baumhouse is open, but nobody's really right up on y'all like that.
There's tables right there, but a lot of people, I mean, they're little two tops, so a lot of people don't sit in them. Like, Piazza was straight up open kitchen. Like, you could see everything and hear everything back there. And I hate it. Like,
Yeah.
I can't stand it because I like to listen to music when I cook, and, you like to cut up and
Just
just
talk, yeah.
bark freely and not have to worry about, oh, am I gonna offend this customer because I'm cussing or something? And so, yeah, I have never known a person that likes an open kitchen. So maybe there are people that do for some reason like them, but I'll,
So tap in.
yeah,
Let's hear
for
from you.
real. Let me know. Let's see.
Already answered.
True or false? Customers. Let's see. Guests think every dish should taste exactly the same every time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I do too.
I've read a couple of reviews like recently. And yes, I mean, we'll take it and correct it about sometimes too much black pepper or too much this and that.
Yeah. I definitely think if you have it as a staple item on the menu, it should be the same every time. Um, but obviously, like seasonal stuff or specials are gonna be different every time. So that's that. But if it's like in bold letters on the menu, I think it should taste the same. because I mean, there should be a system and a process in place that gets you to that end result every time.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely a fault if it's something like the pepper is way too much or it's just obviously different in recipe.
And I'm um guilty of this as well. Like after you cook for a long time, you kind of stop measuring things because you get a feel for it, and some people are more accurate than others with it. I'm not saying that I was like dead on. I'm sure I wasn't, but you definitely do get a feel for it. Like after a while, you can kind of feel how much a tablespoon is like in a pinch, or um kind of eyeball like half a cup or 1 cup or whatever.
But as we found,
But
it's
that
like a
happens.
pinch is two of mine.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to really know how much you're um or you have to just really get used to it, I guess, and learn the amounts that your body picks up and stuff. But
And even I feel like different textures. I mean,
yeah, definitely. Because like if you grab a pinch of kosher salt, it's going to be a
that's what I
lot
was gonna say. Kosher
less
versus
than granulated, and
granulated.
so yeah.
It feels totally different in your fingers.
And that like chefs getting comfortable in doing that is definitely probably one of the main reasons that some dishes don't taste the same at restaurants every time, because different chefs will make them who eyeball differently or feel differently, and um
Right.
so
Do you think that gets a pass or no?
I don't know. That's what I'm like thinking in my head. Like, is that okay? Was I wrong for not measuring
Yeah.
things for years? But
I mean,
as long as you taste,
Yeah.
that's the thing. If you have to taste
Taste.
every single thing that you cook, that is like one of the most important things as a chef to do. And so you can know, like, after you add all your seasonings and whatnot, taste it, be like, oh, okay, this needs a little more salt, or oh, I put too much salt in here. Let me try to balance that back out, or make this into a larger portion so that the salt gets distributed evenly,
Right.
or something. Whatever you got to do, as long as you're tasting, I think I would say it's okay.
Agreed. On the flip side, one thing that does piss me off is, like you said, seasonal dishes switching out is mainly the primary thing, or just a whole new menu rollout in general. Like, that bugs the absolute shit out of me.
What, when people
When
are
people,
upset about it?
yeah, when people are
I hate that.
upset about it.
Yeah, I can't
Like,
stand it.
specifically the turmoil that the pub experienced when we even started making changes on the menu, and
Where the idea, or even
the hell
thought,
bent.
the thought of getting rid of the meat and three sent like a million people into outrage.
Yeah, like we would have gotten blackballed, and
And it's a meat and three. Like, I get it. I love a meat and three, but like in the pub's case back then, we were talking about it, talking about getting rid of it. It was like, dude, we're selling these plates for $11. Like, that is nothing.
nothing.
And they're getting a lot of food, 3 sides, a protein, and the pub does not skimp on portions. It is, you get
Huge.
what you pay for sure.
More than
Um,
that.
or more than what you pay for. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, it was tough, and people just love it, and of course they love it because they are getting it for cheap, and it is decent, good food for $11. So
What the hell? Y'all got rid of the chicken wings?
yeah, no, that part did suck.
Where the fuck are the mozzarella sticks?
But that's how people are.
Y'all still serve onion rings?
Did the pub ever serve onion rings?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that was before me. That was another special right there.
Yeah. Um.
All right, so are we going into
Yeah. Okay. I would. We're gonna say that wraps it up. I did reread. Open. It says open kitchens are chaotic because chefs are always yelling. But yeah, I would rather say that's false.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's what we decided on, right?
definitely.
Yeah, I think that shit is more boring than anything, and you have to be really into your passion of cooking, and that's it. Like,
Yeah,
honing in on that and that it, that alone.
right.
Okay, well, let's move on to the next segment, I think. So, the way that this is going to work is we're going to take 2 sips if it involves a customer, and 1 sip if it's behind the scenes, and 1 shot if it involves each other. So, here's our Old Forrester
Mm.
and our teddy bear.
Okay. All right. Never have I ever thrown away perfectly good food. No, definitely have had to, because like on like crazy customer complaints and stuff that they've already touched the food, but then they complain about it. Like you're forced to throw it away if you can't. I mean, a customer touched like as soon as it touches the table, really, you have to throw it away after that, no matter what. So that's like the general rule of thumb. But most people in the restaurant industry have thrown away perfectly good food, but not by choice or anything like that.
Okay, well, I guess that involves
Oh
a
yeah,
customer.
take 2 sips if it involves a customer.
I guess that's both behind the scenes and customer. But yeah, I definitely have had to do the same on the front side. But also I've kept it and eaten that bitch too, so
Yeah, I mean we've all taken a bite off plate now. um,
there's my sips.
let's see. Never have I ever rolled my eyes at a ridiculous guest request.
Like in their face? No.
No, definitely not. I'm not much of an eye roller, anyways. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't really do that. So I don't.
More of a mouth talker.
Yeah, yeah. If I'm pissed about something, I'll just say it. Usually,
Never have I ever secretly judged a guest for how they tipped. For sure.
every
The
time.
fuck?
Every time. It's your livelihood as a server or bartender. Of
Yeah.
course, you're gonna judge people about how they tip.
Absolutely.
So take 2 sips.
Yeah.
Just killed it.
Oh,
It's 100 proof.
well, just do one. It's 100 proof. What? That was so gross. I got a full shiver.
um, let's see. Never have I ever covered for my partner on a shift. Totally.
I've definitely covered for your ass.
Yes. Yeah, that's part of it. I mean, back in the day,
The fan day.
yeah, like back in the day, there were times that I mean, everyone used to drink at work. I mean, everyone does drink at work in the restaurant industry. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's been days where I took it too far and got a little hammered and wasn't supposed to be, and Maggie helped me out with that. And then this girl would come in late every single day, and everyone would always be asking me, "Where's Maggie?" I'd be like, "She's on the way. She had to go stop and do this. She's here. She's there. She had to get gas.
As in,
She's on the way."
I was notorious for being like
Late.
5 to 10 to 15 max late. But when I was there, I would run circles. And that's a big discussion too and debate is like,
I'm
are
the
you okay with a staff member coming in late
if they're
if they're
good.
running circles when they get there? And fuck yeah.
No, because it's me. This is just me. I'm very punctual. I like to be places on time or before. Um, 'Cause it makes me anxious and nervous to not like I feel like I'm doing wrong when I'm not there on time. So for me, like I would if it was my restaurant, I'd like fire even a good server probably for being late every single day. Yeah, because it's like no, just either wake up 20 minutes earlier, get your ass in the fucking car, and come to work like every other fucking person.
And did the fuck.
Late, but yes.
And I think you're over exaggerating that too. It was not every time, every day.
But
No.
come on now. I love you, but you late to everything now.
Yeah, for sure. I am better about
Come
it
on
now.
now.
But
You are better. You are better.
that is my defense as well. I mean, it's not like a great point, but I've always been like that. But the thing is like in school as well, I never got reported to the office for tardies because shit, after about the 5th or 6th time, the first week of school, they knew that I was coming.
Yeah.
It's just a
But
chronic 15-minute mark. It's a chronic 15-minute mark. It's always been a 15-minute
I
mark
guess
for
the
me.
part that's hard, especially, or really just the part that is hard about is that other people see that and they're like, "Oh, well, that means I don't have to come in on
But
time."
see, I disagree though.
No, people definitely do that.
But you're right. But it's different standards if their shit's done on time, they're going above and beyond, they're doing extra, they're quick,
Well, if they can
they're
do all that,
pleasurable.
why can't they come to work on time? If they're that
Well,
good.
sometimes there's other things that need to be done, like you said, getting
Yes, there
gas
are.
or whatever else. I'm just
Absolutely.
saying, it is what it is, and if you show up late, you better make amends by working your ass off, and I did, and that's always in work prior and in school. It was like, yeah, I was truant every year, but they couldn't do shit because I was making straight A's. So I think it balances out. And I was that way as a manager. It's like, okay, I'm watching you, but you better fucking be here. And like the second that you get your table, like your shit better be done. I better not see no hiccups. I'm gonna look the other way, but I better not know a difference.
Yeah.
So that is where we were different though, and still are.
I
It's
get it.
funny.
I get it, but it's just yeah. I guess at the end of the day, my biggest problem is the standard that it sets. So
Yeah.
like, I can't feel okay about like getting on to this person about being late just because they're not as good at their job as this person and not get on to them because then I'm not being fair. Then I'm just like, uh, it's just not fair. I mean, that's like the only way I can put it. Um, even if they are good,
Yeah.
because these are the rules established in this business that I'm managing, and
But you can gauge off of job ability and quality. I mean, that is literally what you're hired for. So it does matter.
it matters that you're good at your job.
Yeah.
But when it comes to showing up to work on time, no, that's a non-factor for me.
Okay. Well,
You know what I mean? Because like
to me, it just
I could,
depends.
yeah, we could talk
Because,
about
like,
this
yeah.
forever because there's so many good points, and I see the other
For
side.
me, it's just like, okay, 4 o'clock, 4:15, like.
Yeah, but then you're 15 minutes behind on the start of your shift. So like,
But I wasn't behind.
when those people that got there at 4 are already done with their beginning side work, and you just show up at 4:15, and while you may get it done in 5 minutes after you get there, those people are already done and ready for their tables because they got there on time.
Well, shout out Jason.
Shout out Jason, Mr. Uber. I love you, Jace.
Ain't nobody said I was perfect.
Let's see. Never have I ever stayed late to redo a dish I messed up.
Oh, well, I didn't get my chance to talk about how I had to cover for your ass.
Yeah. Well, I thought we
Because you
did,
wanted
but
to,
go ahead.
but you wanted to sugarcoat.
I didn't sugarcoat it.
You didn't go into detail about the fan day and many other occurrences.
I ain't gonna go into detail about the
I will. You want to expose me?
I exposed myself. I I spoke it. I spoke the truth.
No. No, that was so vague.
Did it for a reason.
Exactly, but you want to expose me for being consistently late. Tomaso, you would have fired me.
That's a little better. Yeah, and to be fair, I would have fired me for getting drunk on the job too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but we've grown up a lot in like a couple years, and so the way that I feel right now about some of this stuff is a lot different than how I used to feel when I was managing, probably.
Sure.
Because I was younger and dumber, and I had less will. Is that the right word? Maybe. I had less willpower, definitely less purpose. Since we've had our son and started a family unit, the purpose is like overflowing now. But back then, for anyone that doesn't know this about me, I'm a high school dropout. Never went to college or anything like that, and so, um, yeah, I didn't like have any career aspirations or anything. I did love the restaurant, but it was more so out of necessity that I came to love the restaurant rather than it being a choice out of passion or
Yeah, you
something
found
like that.
yourself in it.
So, yeah, I was drinking too much and just taking it day by day. Had no plans or anything. So, yeah,
Looking back,
definitely a
there's
lot
nothing wrong with
different
that.
now.
We didn't have anything else to be doing.
Yeah.
So,
But of course, hindsight is 2020. I
yeah,
would still change a million things that
definitely.
I have done or used to do or whatever. So,
Hmm.
but that's part of learning and growing and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Agreed, agreed. Well, I ain't gonna embarrass you, baby.
Here, I got fucked up a few times. There you go. They know. The
They know.
they know. I don't have
That's
to
so funny.
go into vivid detail. One day, I got a little drunk and I wanted to
You don't have to go into vivid detail. It
because
ain't that big of a deal. Now they're
because
gonna be thinking
I
it's too hyped up.
well, right.
Not even that great.
Exactly, that's my point. I was like, I exposed myself already. But either way, I'll tell just a brief synopsis of the story you're talking about. Um, one of the servers that worked there, he would just constantly come to me about things that were broken or things that need to be fixed. And I love this server a lot. He's like one of my favorite of all time. But it starts to get to you because you're like, I know, but like, we're not made of money. I'm not made of time. I'm trying to do the job that I get paid to do. And if I have time to fix A and B, then I'll fix A and B. But, I got to deal with X, Y, and Z first. So, um, one day, I had one too many, 1 hour too early. And, I started to try to fix this bathroom fan. Never had done it before. At this point now, since I'm a contractor, I've put in like
Can do it with their eyes
50 of
closed.
them. But back then, I was stupid and ended up just like shocking myself repetitively on the wires and dropping crap into the like wire nuts and stuff into the toilet and just like getting angry and um, just not knowing what I was doing, but trying to do the right thing while
Yes,
simultaneously
absolutely.
doing the wrong thing. So yeah, that was a bad day, to
Yeah.
put it lightly.
Well, and that's one of those, I mean, in your defense, those normalized industry things of like you learn how to deal with a hangover, and the first thing that someone's going to suggest to you is a hair of the dog,
And it works.
and it works.
It works, but you start on a snowball of a fucking
Yeah.
path.
And it's like twice as bad when it comes to fruition.
Yeah, because if you
So
activate
I feel bad, it makes I miss it, but it does make me sad.
what, just
Um, just thinking about times like that for the both of us.
yeah, it makes me sad too.
All right, I'll
Let's
take a
see.
sip for you, babe.
I'll take one for you too. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Oh, never have I ever stayed late to redo a dish I messed up.
Have you? I haven't.
No, I've never stayed late to redo a dish or any kind of prep or anything. Never had to, thankfully. But I have definitely stayed way later than I should have to like clear up money discrepancies in the office at the end of the night.
Where I was spouting tears.
Imagine me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like that may be like the only stay late
Agreed.
thing.
Yeah, so I do take mine back.
The money discrepant like that would just always suck because it's not your money, and so and you were the one responsible on the shift if you're the closing manager, so you feel personally liable for the
Well, and you
money.
will be personally at first.
No,
At first,
because
before it's like figured out.
Chris would tell you like it's it's there somewhere. Don't put your money into this. Like if you think that you are short $100, don't put your $100 in there. We'll find it. But
Still scary though.
me always, I just and it's her dad's restaurant too that we're talking about. So like I felt even maybe a step more
Yeah, you've
liable.
definitely liable.
Um, and hell, there's even been a time that one of my fellow managers at the time who was serving or bartending that night got like money stolen out of her purse, and I felt bad because I felt like I wasn't paying enough attention to like what was going on in the restaurant,
Yeah.
and so I ended up giving her money out of my pocket just to soothe her loss. And nowadays I wouldn't do that, but at the time I felt like it was the right thing to do because I felt responsible for the restaurant and at that night. Um, but yeah, definitely not something you should do. Or if a restaurant is telling you that's what you have to do, run. But a decent
Talking about
owner.
like eating mistakes and
Yes. Yeah. No, that's not supposed to be a thing unless it's like a very blatant, like, I don't know. Either way, it's hard to justify making. I mean, that's like cost of business at that point. You have to like eat that as a business owner.
Mhm.
But it does happen.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, I feel like if I were a business owner, and if I were, I might make a different decision. But if I were a business owner, I would have to say that that's just a cost of business and like it's not right.
Because it happens.
And then you have to use what's the term? I guess just good judgment on deciphering the difference between someone that is taking advantage of that or not.
Yeah.
And if it's someone that is making repetitive mistakes that's costing you copious amounts of money, if they don't fit the bill of the job, then they don't fit the bill of the job.
Right. And that's when you make changes.
Right.
Um,
To ask someone.
9 times out of 10, you're going to be able to tell if a person tried their hardest
Yeah.
and truly feel like regret or just like if someone did their best or not. It's usually pretty obvious. So, especially your dad, he's one for second chances and he's one for um just like letting the underdog have a chance. Never have I ever hidden from a guest or table because I didn't want to deal with them. I have definitely done that.
We were talking about that earlier.
Shit, yeah. I've done that.
I've done that too.
I would.
I mean, I think that's something that your restaurant should support to an extent. I mean, if you're like, and that's a more serious matter. I think we're probably talking about petty things, but yeah, if you're trying to avoid someone, you should have support in that for sure.
Well, and there's also
But,
levels to that
yeah.
too. Like if a female server or something feels uncomfortable with like a man at a table or something,
or not, like
yeah,
we got your back.
So yeah, I get that. Let's see. Never have I ever pranked a coworker during a rush.
Yes. Yes.
During
I'd be up to them hooligan behaviors for sure. Me and Zach.
Yeah, y'all did
Lydia.
big time. Fee.
Fee.
Um
Pranksters.
Just like, but that keeps like they're pranks or whatever, but they make you laugh. They get you through the
Like
day.
spooning someone. We have this like just like a metal soup spoon.
You just grab a spoon and draw a face on it with a Sharpie and
then hide it.
And you hide it in their like in their windshield wiper on their car. Or in their back pocket. You slid it in their back pocket.
That they're prepping.
Yeah. In their brown bag with their Jameson in it.
Yeah, that. And then when you have the spoon, you gotta do the same.
But you can't get caught. If you get caught, you failed. Yeah, you failed.
Definitely. All kind of pranks.
If it was, I mean, we've definitely like I've fucked around with friends and stuff outside of rushes, but I was usually too damn busy back there.
Yeah.
During a rush to like,
during
really
a rush, thing
play
I would
around.
do would be like walk into the kitchen and karate chop like a tray stand, tray jack. Or
yeah, like little stuff. Or just like walking back in the kitchen and be like, hey, fuck you. And just like walking out.
yeah. Or on a ticket note, put
that was always a good one.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Mathen and I always loved, and we still love, just like typos. Accidental,
typos.
true typos.
When someone's trying to be serious.
Specifically, that would apply to if you're in a rush.
Yeah.
Rushing, and then you type something funny on
Right.
accident.
Right.
We would love that shit. But that's not a true prank. I'm sure I've said some out of pocket shit during the rush. Just egg it on. We love to tell some folks the DEA's walking it.
No, I couldn't stand that.
No.
Jeez.
If you know, you know. Okay.
Let's see. Never have I ever taken a drink from the bar before my shift ended.
Oh God, have I?
Let me just go ahead and take a shot.
Yeah. No such.
Aye.
But work hard, play hard mentality, see no evil, hear no evil.
Yeah.
Mentality.
There is a way.
Honor, I mean, you can pay for what you drink or bring your own.
Pay for what you drink.
Bottom line.
There is a way to work hard, play hard in the restaurant industry, but and like speaking from personal experience, I wasn't able to always toe the line, as your dad likes to say. And you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to turn it off. And like me personally, like if I take shots or whatever, I just want more. So it's one of those things where like once you got started, you didn't stop. And that was a lot of people at the pub. But some people, and like I could handle my liquor, but that's not an excuse to like be able to do it. Like looking back on it now, it was 100% the wrong thing to do, drink on the job, but it's that culture. And one of the reasons why I had to leave the restaurant industry is because we had a kid on the way and I needed to stop drinking so much and get my priorities straight and take care of myself, because that can just lead to so much. You could start out 21 years old bartending and drinking every day on the job, and then you wake up 9 years later and you're 30 and you're like, holy shit, I have drank every day for the last 9 years because that's my job. Like, that's what I do for work. And then you've done damage to your liver. And like, it can be a lot, or it can be managed, or it can be controlled. It just depends on what kind of person you are, I guess, and then how much impulse control you have. Or even some people, struggle with addiction, and that can be a whole other ball game. So there's a way that it works, but the reality is that most people can't do it like that.
Yeah. The passion in this industry is crazy. I mean, addiction is not being romanticized as passion, but
I mean, a lot of people that work in the restaurant industry have struggled with addiction.
We've nailed it in already just within these 10, now 11 episodes of the relationships and what holds it together and what keeps people coming back. And then there's the passion of the drinking and the unhealthy coping mechanisms and the habits and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's addiction, and bad habits aren't passion, but I'm just saying it's that same feeling and pull towards it. You have one, you want more. But yeah, the passion behind it and the normalcy of all of that is very intriguing to me. And what is the difference? That's just what, I don't know, I just want to unpack, I guess, between in your head the will that stops you from having a bottle now versus having a bottle at this job. Is it,
well, to be frank, I don't,
not necessarily our own personal experience, just as a whole, what is the difference between someone's job here and not doing that, and then the second that they get in the restaurant industry, it switches and it's normal? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be easy to have a bottle in my truck at work nowadays,
but the restaurant industry is still, you have just as much responsibility.
Right.
People can die in our hands, in your hands, an allergy.
Right.
It's no more important than what you're doing now building houses is just as important as serving people the food that they eat. So what's the difference? Why is it we are so okay with drinking there and not? It's so intriguing to me. It really is.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it truly is just the accessibility to it. But it's got to be deeper than that. I mean,
Yeah, I think so.
but yeah, I don't know. I couldn't pinpoint it, to be honest with you. I mean, I've never since I started contracting, I haven't.
And it was easy once you got out of it.
Right. No.
Didn't even cross your mind.
I'm I don't know. That's a great question. At least in my current line of work, building and contracting and renovating and adding on whatever, there are reasons like I mean there are safety reasons just in my own experience like so like I can't come home drunk. Like I you know, can't do that cuz to a suitcase. No, so you can't come home drunk when you have kids. You can, but it is the wrong thing to
That's
do.
not what we do in this household, no.
Safety. We're we're in heights and places that I can fall and kill myself, and so I
So is that
need to have
personal?
my wits
But
about
you
me.
can light yourself on fire or pour grease all over your fucking butt.
Yeah. But I'm just speaking like I'm not even saying like these are the reasons why I don't. I just don't now because this is a better way. And it is if we do drink, we do it at night and we do it after our son goes to sleep. And obviously there's like tailgating or going out to restaurants and stuff where you're gonna have a few drinks, obviously, and be normal about it. Yeah, and be normal about it, but it's not tanking a whole bottle every day like many of us did
Reality.
back in the day at more than a bottle a lot of days, which is fucking outrageous to think. You didn't drink like that. It's just not. It's alcohol is truly an evil thing, and I hate that. This is kind of deep, but it alcohol is evil, and it'll make you do things that you would otherwise not do, or say, or feel, and it can be enjoyed decently, but you have to have control. And
With us, it has to be very small amounts.
well, it depends on what you're drinking too. Liquor is out of all of it, liquor is what you should stay away from, if anything. The reality is that it alters your hormones, chemicals in your brain,
Perception.
gut, sinuses, the oxygen that your brain is getting. I mean, it changes so much, and it's true. It literally is a poison that we can moderately consume as humans with small short-term side effects. But yeah, I don't even know where I'm going with that. It's just it's not good stuff. So if you can avoid drinking at all, it's for the best. We can sit here tonight and do this podcast and be just fine, but it's when you do the shots and just back to back and hanging out with friends, and it's easy to do. You're having fun and you're feeling good when you take these shots and you're getting a buzz on. You're like, oh, I can push this one more. And
Well, in social settings too. Social settings, I mean, gatherings, events, like we made a pact at our wedding. We are not going to leave each other's side because he's not a social butterfly, but he is a great host and a good friend. And so we often split and we'll just go and talk to everyone. And like each person that you see wants to
yeah.
have a shot with you.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Because yeah, especially if you're hosting something, then the people that you invite want to show their appreciation too, and so they want to offer the drinks that they brought or the
Let's have some of this.
whatever. Yeah, come take a shot with me. I brought this just for you because I know you like this, and it's like, okay, well, I got to you. I appreciate that, and it is a nice thing, but yeah, that's a slippery slope because you go and hang out with like five different friends, and now you're five shots deep.
And I think too, like parties, events, plus working too, your adrenaline is taking lead. So it's kind of like you eat fast and then you don't let your stomach digest. And same thing, your adrenaline is taking control. And so when something is adrenaline rushing, it can sober you up really quickly. So you're feeling sober, you're feeling sober, you're feeling sober, you're working, you're socializing, whatever. And then it's a delayed effect, I think, oftentimes.
True.
You know?
Yeah, by the end of the night, you're like, wait, I have to drive now?
Yeah.
And it's like,
You're gonna
oh,
count this money now?
shit. Yeah, that too. Man, that sucked.
Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Anyways, we could go on many of these questions for fucking hours if we wanted to, but let's see, what's the next one?
One of the things I saw a lot of was couples' assumptions with us both being in the industry and like, would we have made it if we were still in the industry? And I said that before. Probably not.
No. No,
Probably
definitely not.
not. And that has nothing to do with our compatibility solely.
No, the truth is if I never stopped working at the pub, I'd probably still be drinking. But I mean, with you staying home, it would then create like a huge disconnect.
Yeah.
And like not only would you probably feel like left out because you had to be at home, and although I would be at work, and there's still like a fear, a FOMO like
Yes.
feeling, because you know that there is fun to be had at work in a
Yeah.
restaurant as well. So you would
Big FOMO thing.
you would probably feel somewhat left out. I would be drinking like I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But what I do know is that it would be a lot harder to maintain my composure even with a kid working in the restaurant. So
And I would say the same about myself. I mean, I'd probably be trying to just be too social, and you like to come home and you want what we have now, that a warm house.
yes, I do.
Be stuff to come home to, and I need to be in that role. And if I still worked in the restaurant industry, I probably would not be filling that role too great. So,
Yeah. So no, I totally agree.
but it was a time and a place. I mean, fucking early 20s.
We were figuring it out.
Hell yeah. And we consciously made the choice to have a child now and do it, and then go back to that fun, not working as a bartender, but we'll be retired and we'll be back in the streets having a damn good time. So
Yeah, I
we
think
chose to do it then and later instead of one or the other.
And like it wasn't even like some long drawn out conversation. Like one night we were just both like, yeah, like let's do this, and like we'll just see how this goes. And I think both of us, we didn't like say it out loud, but I think both of us knew subconsciously like we have to make a major life change in order to kind of just get ourselves on track. And having a kid just gives you so much. I've said this earlier, but purpose. I mean, it like.
But that is
When
not
you
to say that if you want to save your relationship,
Oh, no,
or
no, no,
that
no,
we
no.
needed any saving to have a child. The child is not going to fix.
No, no. In most cases, it would break more than it would
Yeah.
fix because it's a lot of stress. But I knew that I loved Maggie and I knew that she loved me. And while we weren't married yet, I was like, this is my life. Like, this is who I'm going to spend my life with. And, we need something together that's going to give us drive to create aspirations in our head and to create goals. And it's not like we were deadbeats or something, but we definitely didn't have long-term goals. Like we were just making money and blowing it just because we had nothing to save for or spend for.
It's really hard to be making a lot of money and make yourself save it when you don't have anything to save it for. We're going to Atlanta. That's what we don't understand. I mean, not to be shady towards anyone, but people that they don't have a kid and they got a decent living situation. Where the fuck y'all money going?
There are a few that we know.
Where the fuck y'all money going? Seriously.
Just having two incomes in one household is astronomical compared to one, and that's something we're learning now with Maggie staying at home. It's hard for one person to make money for a family right now in this day and age with the economy, and gas is $3 and groceries are going to cost you hundreds every time you go, and
especially if you want to eat anything decent.
yeah, to buy organic shit is about twice as much.
Yeah, so not to sound jaded or ignorant, because we're not at all. I just wonder where some some of these folk money be going, these funds be
Well,
going.
here's the thing: is that even when we were blowing our money while we were both making good amounts of it and didn't have a dependent, we paid all our bills. We made sure to space it out and spend like we didn't care about it, but we have enough sense to make sure that we have enough money to do the things that we need to do. There are definitely like a few people in the restaurant industry where they kind of just blow and blow and blow, and they don't care because they can go in and make $150 and make it the next and like get them through the next day and things like that. So they're not looking at the week. They're looking at like, okay, do I have enough money to go out and drink tonight? And then am I working the next day so that right. So it's more of a small picture thing, I think, and that's where they get kind of caught up. And it's easy to do that, though. I mean, it really is. So I do get it, but yeah, you know, I say it all the time. I feel like I'm
so thankful we're doing it now.
Yeah, I feel like
Youth
I'm 40 and I'm 25.
and energy, and yeah, I'm very glad.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Very happy.
It's the right choice because having a kid late would
really hard.
be hard. It'd be very tough.
Yeah. We could have worked harder and gotten in a position where we worked less, but that don't mean you still got the energy when you're at the kids still gonna have the same amount of energy. So I still think we made the right decision.
Yeah, and honestly, like something that was made clear to me personally before Sloan was born is that I didn't have a whole lot of like self value. I guess I didn't care. Is I did value myself because I love myself, but I didn't care. You know, I didn't really like care about what I was eating or what I was drinking or what I was doing. But since Sloan came around and me and Maggie got married, it's been more of like a well, I have to upkeep myself because I need to make sure that I'm here for them because I need to make sure I come home to my wife and my son and they need me and I need them and so
yeah.
Again, having a kid is not going to fix your problems, but in our case, it gave us
A force of redirection, maybe. I don't know.
and I don't even know if we were really we weren't truly looking into it that deep when we made the decision. These are all things that we've learned along the way.
The plan was to still work at the pub. I mean, or in the restaurant industry, whether you were gonna go to culinary school or try to find something else or what the fuck ever, like it was still that.
No,
But
yeah,
it wasn't until like
as you became more pregnant and the date was coming, it just became very clear. Like, I have to make a change. This is not going to work for, like, I won't be a good enough husband and father, and I wouldn't be, I'm a good husband and father, I think, and I wouldn't be as good of a husband and father if I
be really hard.
still worked those hours and drank like I used to.
I mean, that's what I talked about on my solo pod was just the waters that you're entering as a parent in the industry, if that's a career choice. And even if it's just a side hustle, kind of what you're sacrificing at that time when you do take on that. And as a restaurant owner, they deserve that guarantee of like, I can schedule you to stay that day, weekend, or holidays. But then you're sacrificing that, and that fucking sucks, and that's really hard. And you were probably getting a lot more advice out of us going back and forth than I did on my own as a kid.
And I also want to make clear that, like, there are tons of parents and husbands and wives that do work in the restaurant industry every day and have the self control to do it. And it's just a weakness of mine personally that I was not able to do that. So I don't want like anyone listening to this to think, oh, you just aren't mentally strong enough to do that. Like, you're right.
Or if you're in the industry as a parent, you're sacrificing or you're a subpar.
Yeah, no, not
absolutely not.
No, nothing like that. It's just.
But if you're trying to do Sunday fun days and stay after your shift and drink during your shift or any of that, if you're resonating with any of that casual industry behavior,
then you're probably making the wrong choice.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It's a personal weakness of mine that I was not able to control myself enough to be able to work in the industry and also maintain a good home life and work life. And I never did work in the industry after our son was born, so maybe I could have pulled it off, but knowing myself, I would say no. I probably would not be as good of a person or father or husband if I did. So, but yeah, all you parents out there or husbands or wives that do it and do it well, kudos, because that's tough.
Agreed.
Never have I ever laughed at my partner struggling with a guest. Yeah, I can honestly say I've never done that.
No, not a guest.
No, because I know the sting.
I'm heated for him more than him.
Right. Oh, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Because I
Feel
know.
bad for you dealing with some coworkers, though. For sure.
Which ones?
Our friend that would not leave
Oh.
after he knew we'd be sent home.
Which, yeah. That's been a few customers, coworkers. God, I got tired of that. That definitely took a toll on my love and passion for the restaurant.
Yeah, there was a point in time where I was consistently bartending upstairs and Mathen was managing downstairs and
And I also hated managing the front, just in general. So it just kind of like compounded with
right.
other things that just.
And my counterpart would consistently get drunk, God love him, and he would just need to go because at that point, all the respect to you, I'm not sharing my hourly tip out split with you while you're partaking.
Yeah, because the way that the pub tip outs work for bartenders is that you keep track of your hours and then you total up all the tips at the end of the night, credit card and cash, and then you take that total, divide it by the amount of hours worked, and then you find your hourly rate that you made, and then you split that for how many hours bartender A worked and bartender B worked, and the closing bartender would usually have the most hours, and yeah.
I wouldn't care. It's like, go home.
Yeah, and Maggie's a great bartender, and also with me,
gotta be here anyways.
Me being your
closing.
Yeah, with me being there too, like I could hop back there if it ever got too busy or anything like that. And there was also usually like a million of our other coworkers just hanging out anyways. So it was like if it ever got really down to the wire, I could ask one of them to hop back on the clock and it would be fine.
It was like you need to get out of my way.
Yeah, it was
and he wouldn't.
It was a bit much. It got to.
But it wasn't a beef situation. It was just.
No, it was just purely work. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, you have to go home.
Yeah.
And, well, if I was ever told to go home, which only happened like maybe one time, because even at my wildest, I feel like I had a little more restraint than.
You've always been respectful. The only time the only time I can think of was the fan incident. And I mean,
yeah.
I think Mom come and make you leave or something. She was down there.
Well, yeah, no, Jackson and Lindsay drove me home that day.
Oh, heard.
Because they were there. And I think that actually was maybe the one time Jackson was like, hey man, I think you need to go home. And hearing that from Jackson, I was like, holy shit, I probably need to go home, huh?
I was getting texts.
Yeah. Anyways, never have I ever gotten annoyed with my partner while working the same shift.
True.
Very true.
True.
Yes.
I'd love him. We obviously disagree on some things, but that's okay.
But it wasn't ever like, I can't specifically remember a time that like I was pissed at you about work stuff.
It's just managerial styles. I mean, it's literally what we hashed out earlier. It would be like if I wanted to go up on the balcony or something before opening or in a downtime, it was like same thing of like, well, if you do that, then your coworkers think that they can do that. And I said, well, I don't give a fuck what my coworkers think because if they don't have X, Y, and Z done, then they're a different person and they have different responsibilities, and I'll tell them that they need to go and do that.
Yeah.
But as for me, I'm good.
Right.
So it was just that.
I'm just like I feel like a lead.
A different opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I probably am.
I just think of it like monkey see, monkey do. So like lead by example. If if you don't want your subordinates to do X, Y, and Z, you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z. So,
Well, they can if they do X, Y, and Z, but not if they don't.
but even then, it's like we couldn't have every single person we work with go up on the balcony, and so it's like that. You have to draw a line somewhere, and it comes with like you know knowing when you can sneak and do those things that you want to do without people seeing it, and that's a big part of it too. Is like you kind of learn like when you can go do certain things, and when it's okay to like be lax, and when and then also like know when to turn it back on and like get back on the ball, and it's like all right, yeah, cool, you
I guess that was what it was hard for me, was because to toot my own horn, I was good at that.
yeah,
I'm
definitely.
really good at being able to prioritize, time manage is really it, time management. And yeah, I don't know. My perspective is just like, don't fucking worry about. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
It's just as a manager, you can't think personally about that stuff anymore because you have to consider, um, I guess, just the effect that your actions take on other people that follow you. I guess is the way that I would look at it. Um, or and why like maybe I was a lot more strict about stuff like that than you were, because I would fear that like if I gave in and was more lax, which I wasn't like a dick or anything, I don't think, but there were definitely certain things that would like grind my gears, and I'd be like, all right, like I love to have fun too, but like this shit needs to get done. Like what the fuck are y'all doing? And not talking about you. I don't think I ever like made some big to do about um just like what you're talking about, like going up to the balcony or whatever. Oh, I did one time, but that was because our majority owner was there, and there was like a million of y'all up there, and I was like the only one downstairs, and I was like, holy shit, like what the fuck is happening, like he is right there, like are y'all motherfuckers crazy? And that was like the only time.
I forgot about that.
But yeah, aside from that, yeah, that was it. I mean, I was just like, I was still very much the work hard, play hard, but I just knew like certain things had to be done, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that like I don't know, I felt, I always felt responsible.
You
And
definitely have more
like,
anticipation for things, and I do too. It's just I have more faith in like chill. It's fine.
yeah, I'm a lot more high strung than she is for
But
sure.
we balance each other out.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
but as the new thing is, that's neither here nor there.
Mm, betrayal. What is this? Like,
This is just funny. We'll just do it really quick and then we'll call it at the end. So this was a thing that I saw on my like TikTok reel a couple or fucking what the hell TikTok, just different types of material lists. So these are like server ones, stuff that is very niche, and I
so
just love it. So
this is just like things we hate in the restaurant
yeah,
industry.
100%
Okay.
things that we hate.
Okay. Let's get into it. 'Cause I see like four things that I cannot fucking stand
No,
already.
literally, that's why I'm like, it's firing me up. I think we just need to run through it really quick.
Okay, yeah, we'll just bullet point it.
Yeah. Hi, my name is.
Coke. I cannot fucking stand the drug because holy shit, for a little while there, it was coming out of the fucking woodwork.
I will say, this one was saying when you're like serving and you're saying, hey, my name is, and they're saying Coke, like Sprite,
Oh,
but that too.
okay, yeah. So the patron's like cutting you
Yeah.
off in the middle of you asking them what they would like is extremely
It's so
fucking annoying.
fucking
Show
rude.
me the common courtesy that I'm showing you, and understand that this is a business transact, like this is a transaction. Like You are paying me for my service, and I am providing you and the other people with you food, drinks, good service, like,
Again, you mess with the wrong one that does not have common courtesy, manners, or a good conscience like us, and they will ignore you.
fuck your food up too.
They will fuck your food up, and they just won't come back. I mean, they'll ignore you till you leave.
Because some
What the fuck are you
some
doing?
people are petty and
They do not give a fuck, and they will not stand for that type of behavior.
yeah.
I'm telling you hello and addressing you with my name so that you can call me by my name and tell me what you want.
Right. It's a respect thing. Like, you have to show the same respect that I mean, that is like, this is one of the rules of life. Like, if someone shows you respect, you show it back. And if they show you disrespect, then you have grounds to not show them respect. So it's one of those things. Like, if I'm showing you respect when I walk up to the table and then you show me disrespect, what do you think that makes me want to do? You know, it makes me not want to see you again. I will do my best to avoid you. This is what, like, like you were saying, like, some servers just don't care. They like,
You mess with the wrong one.
like, fuck the money.
These
Like, you're not gonna show me
savages.
disrespect. Fuck you. I don't care.
Yeah.
You think I care about your $20? I'll go make it at another table.
Literally.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Slow walkers in the restaurant.
I can't stand it.
Yep. Get on your fucking ass. Move. Like, we're working
Yeah.
right now. We're not.
You ever are in a restaurant and you hear someone obnoxiously yell, "Hot plates coming through, behind, on your back." Get the fuck out of the way.
Because guess what? They're coming through with hot plates or hot pot or boiling grease or something. Like, when I was changing the grease in the fryers, the servers would always be like doing their side work at the salad bar in the pub. And a lot of time they hear it every day. So, like, I get it. You're gonna kind of not purposefully tune it out, but if you hear it every day, it becomes less meaningful. And that's with everything, anything. Like, there would definitely be times where I'd be like, hot pot, hot pot, hot pot. And you say it fucking 20 times if you got to, but it's like, get the fuck out of the way. I'm carrying like 80, 100 pounds of fucking hot grease that could spill on you, could spill on me. Like, I'm just trying to get this grease into the fucking grease trap and get this shit done so I can get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. No, that's unfortunate because that's completely sober. The other half would be in the dining room and they're just too drunk to realize that you're walking behind them with an extendo arm in the air.
I never did. I never could do extendo. I never did this.
Yeah.
I was always here.
Me too. And that's even more dangerous grounds because you can't be above people's heads. To me, you have more. I just couldn't. I mean, that's dangerous grounds for me to extend. But if I could, I would. I know it would be safer.
I mean, I've done
you're
duo before, but it was more like this, not all the way up. Like, some people go all the way up, and like, that shit. If you drop a bowl of hen mac on someone
on your head,
Jesus,
yeah, they're done.
At least here, like, you can grab or something. Up here, you don't even know where it's gonna fall from.
Yep. All right, a host walks people to their table. The guests say, "Actually, we don't want to sit there. We want to sit over there." It's not your job as a customer to fucking know or give a fuck to care, but just remember that you might have a different experience because where you're requesting to go, that server might be busy as fuck and it wasn't there. They might have just gotten set with a table that has priority over you. And it will continue to take priority over you for the rest of the shift because you requested to be there. That's on you.
But
understand.
To be honest, I do, like, I'm kind of impartial about it because, well, if you put it that way, like, actually, we don't want to sit there, we want to sit over there. That, like, it needs to be a request. It needs to be, I'm sorry, do you mind if we sit over here instead? Is that okay?
But it's not always that.
But it's not. It's not. And most of the time it will be that way. So, like, I get it. Like, if you're about to pay to sit down and eat somewhere, I feel like you should have the right to request where you want to sit. But if it doesn't work,
But
then you got to be okay with that too.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, it's a table in a restaurant, and no matter what fucking table or seat you sit in, it's going to be about the same damn thing.
Yep.
So it doesn't really matter. Unless you're talking like outside versus inside.
Well, don't get it twisted. If that was me, and I've been in that situation more times than I can count, I would literally say, absolutely. I would love to. It's no problem to get you seated there, but I do want to let you know that it's. I would probably say like, I do want to let you know that server did just get sat with a six stop, whatever. It might be just a couple of seconds, but let me go ahead and grab your drink orders, and that would be me as a host, as another server, as a manager, whatever. I would do it, and if I couldn't do it, if I didn't have time, I would still ask, get the order, and then go tell a manager if I was serving or I didn't have time. And then the alternative would be, or I would continue on and go tell that server, I'm so sorry, I had to seat you again. They requested. If you can't do it, let me know. And if they could not do it, then I would give it to another person. Or if your higher up is against section switching, which is a popular thing, then I would keep it under wraps. And as a manager, instead of sitting on my ass, that is what I would do. Is I would keep it in, I would keep it in their section. I would fucking take care of it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I mean, like, uh, any I've never seen a single other host do what you're just talking about. You are you are the best host,
Yeah.
probably I've ever seen. So 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get that.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely impartial about it. It goes back to the last thing we are talking about, like with respect. It's, if you're respectful when you ask to sit at another table, you're going to get respect back. It's that simple.
Yeah.
It's just communication.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm about to pay to sit here, and so I do want to be comfortable, and that's an okay thing to do. Don't feel like, you can't request.
But where's the line? Because a lot of people don't know, they blur it between I'm paying so I should get everything that I want, and I'm paying to be at your
Well,
establishment.
the line.
I'm paying to be at your establishment, and I'm paying for you to host me.
Right. I think it's as simple as, like I said earlier, understanding that it's a request and not a demand.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing is a demand. Like, you may be paying for this, but we are working and doing this for you. So there has to be some kind of common ground where we both respect each other, and you get what you want and I can do it in the right way.
All right. We're going to do like 2 more and then probably end it, and we'll do a part 2 because these are firing us up.
Yeah, we've been doing like a solid hour, almost 2.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's getting too long. Putting drinks on the table and still have some on the tray. Can we get straws? Annoying. Because it's just the simple, like,
Pay attention.
just let your server do their job. You're paying for this service. Let me do my job. If I can just get the fucking drinks on the table, I'll pull out the 7 straws in my pocket.
Yeah, and then
But people will do that, and it's so annoying. Just like, let me finish. This is my job. Don't act like I'm not gonna fucking hand you straws or napkins.
to be fair, not everyone knows how things work in a restaurant. They don't know that side plates should
That's what
automatically
for.
come. Right, yes. And so, like, maybe there's some ignorance to blame for that, and that's okay. I get that. That's just them, like, trying to make sure that they have everything they need, and trying to communicate. So that's cool to me, because I know a lot of people don't really, like, understand kind of how it all, because it is kind of confusing.
This podcast is relatable for people that work in the service industry, but I feel like the mission is for those that don't.
Education.
Yeah. And I mean, just, it's shitting on both sides and not shitting on either one, you know?
Yeah.
We'll do one more.
Okay, this one.
Yeah.
Coming in 30 minutes till closing. I hated it.
I talked about this with James. What's your opinion?
I hated it when I worked in the restaurant, but now looking back, that is such an immature, and it's the wrong way to feel and think, because real deal Holyfield, you work in a restaurant, and if your hours are from 11 to 9 p.m., you better expect to have to cook or make drinks or serve whoever until 9 p.m. And like, it's natural to be like, oh, what the fuck? We're about to close in 10 minutes. I just was ready to go home. Why the fuck do these people have to come in here right now? And that is a human natural feeling, but it is immature and
It is.
it's not okay to feel like it is okay to, let me back up. It's okay to feel like that, but if you like legitimately get angry or like have problems and like fuck with their food because of it or something like that, that's wrong. This is your job. You have to be okay with that because that is literally in your job title is you're here to cook for the people that come in those doors while we were
you're
open.
gonna, and my thing that kills me is like, you're going to be here. You're not about to walk out of the door
Right.
right now, regardless. You're gonna be here at least another 2 hours.
Yeah.
Baby, cooking for another table or another 15 minutes ain't
nothing.
really getting you out of here that
And
much
that's the
quicker.
thing. If you're
It really
if you're getting pissed about that, you need to get better at closing because there are so many ways to set yourself
Yeah,
up
and I agree
for
with that.
closing to where if somebody comes in, it's not a big deal. You throw it on, you cook it, you clean it after it's done, and then you get back to closing.
And it still saves you time.
Like you can pre-close a million and one things before you actually are done for the night. And if you're not doing that, then you're fucking up altogether.
Yeah.
That
At the end of
is
the day, like, the fry cook, the line cook, the kitchen manager, the server, the bartender, they want to get home to their baby, for example. And you, who has 25 minutes left until the kitchen closes, wants to feed your baby.
your baby.
So
No, and it's okay for you
it's
to do that
50-50,
because
like,
it's
hey, I'm running late. We got out the door late, whatever. My kid wants to eat. Y'all still have 30 minutes on your fucking time. And I
yep.
get it. It's just as valid that you want to get home to your kid 30 minutes earlier.
Sure, I get it. But if that doesn't, if that's one of those things, like
It's
if you
equally
can get home to your kid 30 minutes
That's great.
earlier, that's awesome. But if you can't, it's a normal day of business. Like
yeah, you shouldn't assume or guarantee
you should not
or count on
assume,
it.
right? Because it's not guaranteed. You never know how many. There could be 50 fucking people that walk in the door at 8:30 if you close at 9, and you have to be okay with serving them because that is your job. Um, but I definitely did hate it. Like when I'd see a ticket roll in at 8:50, I'd be
Yeah,
like,
but
"What in the
you look
fuck?"
at it differently now. Like if Sloan was hungry and he was asking for Chick-fil-A,
Right.
and it was 8:50 and they close at 9. If that boy wants that Chick-fil-A, I'm pulling through that drive-through. Y'all got
Right.
10 minutes left. Y'all gonna get me some chicken.
Yeah.
So
And
it's super crazy how the perspective and the opinions do change.
a lot of these have been great questions because I really do see both sides.
Both
to a lot
sides.
of
I know. It's so weird.
There's only been a few of these that are extremely one-sided.
So that might piss somebody off that we're not super controversial about one or the other, but it's also
I mean,
the reality, and maybe
wake up.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that I might have used to gotten pissed at or whatever working in the restaurant that I realize now are arbitrary and they just it doesn't matter. Like if that's your job, that's your job.
That's your
And,
fucking job.
you can't be. Yeah, that's all I got. If that's your job, that's your job. I mean that's how it is.
Yeah, it's hard.
But it is also easy to feel that way about certain things in a restaurant too. So I get it. I'm not calling you a dumbass or anything. It's just it's easier to look back on it now and think differently than I might used to have. That's all.
It's interesting though
Yeah.
to evaluate it.
No, it
and
is.
compare it, how it changes. But
And then also like just the self-reflection of it all. Like, damn, dude, I really used to feel like that. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like that is not how I am at all anymore.
Right.
Or whatever. There's just so much. So many layers.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's an onion for sure.
Well, we'll have a part 2. We'll have to keep going because we did not get finished. But it's late. I gotta go pee.
Yes, it is currently almost midnight.
We don't be doing that. We gotta get to the bed.
Yes.
No. Tip your servers.
Tip your server.
Respect your cooks. Never date your coworker unless you plan to marry them. All right, you guys. Peace out. Thanks for clocking out with us. That's the wrap up for tonight. We'll see you next week. Cut.